to ensure that TEZs will not proliferate in a manner that diminishes their strategic, economic, and developmental value to the national economy. Any geographic area where a tourism enterprise zone may be established shall conform to the following criteria. The area is capable of being defined into one contiguous territory. Contiguous territory is defined as a territory so closely united and so nearly adjacent to each other, even if separated by bodies of water, that they meet at a certain point. It has historical and cultural significance, environmental beauty, or existing or potential integrated leisure facilities within its bounds or within reasonable distances from it. It has or it may have strategic access through transportation infrastructure and reasonable connection with utilities infrastructure systems. It must be at least 5 hectares and sufficient in size such that it may be further utilized to bring in new investments in tourism establishments and services. In extremely meritorious cases, an area less than 5 hectares may be developed as a TEZ if the board deems it sufficient for the purposes, requirements, and nature of the tourism project to be undertaken therein. It is in a strategic location such as to stimulate the sustainable socio-economic development of neighboring communities, and the area must be situated where controls can easily be established to curtail illegal activities. Based on the particular purpose stated in the applicant's development plan, the TEZ to be created shall be classified as follows. Cultural Heritage Tourism Zones. Health and Wellness Tourism Zones. Ecotourism Zones. General Leisure Tourism Zones. Mixed-use tourism zones, retirement communities and facilities, the TEZ shall be managed and operated by a TEZ operator defined as an entity duly incorporated under the Corporation Code and other relevant laws, unless the TEZ operator is an LGU or any other instrumentalities of the government in the pursuit of their mandate, where capital may be provided by the LGU and/or jointly with private entities. The TES operator shall exercise its functions through its board of directors, and the board of directors shall assign a TEZ administrator who shall be responsible for implementing the policies, plans, programs, and projects of the TEZ Operator's Board of Directors. RTEs or locators within the TEZs are tourism enterprises which refer to facilities, services, and attractions primarily engaged in whole or in part in tourism and for the purpose of attracting visitors to and within the Philippines. Who may apply for designation of TEZs? Any entity duly incorporated under the Corporation Code and other relevant laws, or any other instrumentality of the government in the pursuit of their mandate may qualify as an applicant for the designation of an area as a TEZ. What enterprises may register? A registered tourism enterprise within the tourism enterprise zone are tourism enterprises which refers to facilities, services, and attractions primarily engaged in whole or in part in tourism for the purpose of attracting visitors to and within the Philippines. The following fiscal and non-fiscal incentives can be availed of by designated tourism enterprise zones and registered tourism enterprises within the TEZ. Income tax holiday or ITH. Net loss carryover. Gross income taxation or GIT. Tax and duty-free importation. Tax credit equivalent to all national internal revenue taxes paid on locally sourced goods and services. Social responsibility incentive. TEZ operators and registered enterprises may likewise avail of the following non-fiscal incentives: employment of foreign nationals, special investors resident visa, right to repatriate proceeds of the liquidation of foreign investments, right to remit earnings from a foreign investment, right to remit sums as may be necessary to meet the payments of interest and principal on foreign loans, no requisition of investments except in time of war or national emergency and only for the duration thereof, lease of land. For application for the designation of tourism enterprise zones, the proponent files an application form submitting therewith the pre-qualification documents. The TIEZA thereafter evaluates the application and pre-qualification documents. Being satisfied that the pre-qualification documents are complete and pending the evaluation report of the development plan, the TIEZA shall issue the notice to complete pre-designation requirements to the applicant. The applicant then submits the pre-designation requirements, and the TIEZA Registration Department shall then endorse to the TIEZA Board the completed application form together with all documentary requirements. Upon approval by the Board, the applicant then signs the designation agreement with TIEZA, and TIEZA shall then issue the necessary certificate of designation.